Hi, today I am going to speak about Mars in Ashwini Nakshatra. Aries is Mool Trikon sign of Mars, and here it does very well, except for Pada 1 of Ashwini Nakshatra. Mars is also known as Lohit Ang, which means red planet. In our Shastras, it is written that Mars is son of Lord Shiva and planet Earth. It's a masculine planet, and it represents land, blood, bone marrow, brother, male friend, soldier, any kind of security officer or person who is providing us security, even in the family, even if that person is a female. But sometimes there are only female members in a family, but one is very masculine or act as a male in the family, and she is protecting the family, she is providing for the family. Then that person is also represented by Mars. Mars is fire, south direction, willpower, confidence. Mars is strength and courage, physical strength and courage. Also being a brahmachari, a Hanuman. People think at times that Mars is about sexuality. No, Mars when comes with Venus only, it stands for sexuality. When it is alone in good dignity, it is about being Hanuman, being a brahmachari. So basically Mars is all this, our determination, domination, aggression, all this is Mars. When it comes in Ashwini Nakshatra, it naturally becomes a healer. It naturally becomes a provider, someone who is in charge, someone who takes responsibility. But in Pada 1, it has suffered a lot. The native has suffered a lot in childhood or even as an adult. There are chances of physical abuse and sexual abuse one may have to go through, and also some kind of violence, serious violence, or which could have caused deformity of some kind. Like sometimes there is an injury, or injury due to some kind of violence, or there is surgery due to some accident, and one may have some kind of deformity due to that, or may have to go through some kind of major surgery due to that. Then addiction issues can also be there because one is depressed. So we can see emotional and social withdrawal in such situation. And because it is Gandhamul Dosh Pada, it is also speaking of some type of past life karmic death, where one can where this native, either he himself or she himself, have done some kind of action where he has traumatized others, where he has committed the crime of violence towards others. Then it has to go through in this life similar situation, or one died in such situation, the soul was not able to bring itself out of this situation, and so it has to be born in this same situation in this life, and have to learn to overcome it and bring it oneself out of this depressing scenario, overcome all the issues in life and make oneself something which could be of help to another. Because Hanumanji is what? He is about helping others, he is always very protective. He's a healer. He works as someone, if he himself is not a healer, but he is going to provide health and healing to others. So, and people who are working for NGOs, independent social workers also, you can see this Ashwini Nakshatra in their chart, and sometimes Mars is there, sometimes there can be other planet, but basically, yeah, this is the thing, they are very courageous. Even if they are not courageous for their own self, when it comes to their own protection, they are not so bold, they are not so outspoken in Pada 1, they are not so courageous. But when it comes to protecting others, like someone who is downtrodden, someone who is like on the road, the injured animals, they will carry that animal on their lap and they will take care of them. Like homeless people, if they have wounds, we can see, I have seen this kind of people who will go to them, provide them medical help, clean their wound, very dirty wounds where there are flies, they will be lovingly taking care of those wounds and providing balm and putting bandage for them. And this is their this is their basic nature, like they don't think anything of their own self, but they are towards bringing relief to others, because their soul has gone through so much of trauma that it brings them happiness when they see that they are of help towards others. They cannot take other person's trauma. So through this service they bring themselves out of whatever their soul have gone through in another lifetime, or also whatever they have done in another lifetime to others. So basically they are sorting out their karmas in this life. And also they can be someone who like to make others laugh. So you can see jokers or clowns, like at their own cost, like they are making others laugh on their own self, but they are making others happy on their expense, basically. So this is seen. Firefighters, they can be this Ashwini Padawan. Any kind of damage come to them, but their motive is, their goal is to save others. So this is their Ashwini Nakshatra. And it is not just about having some planet in Ashwini Nakshatra. When one has Lagan in Ashwini Nakshatra, Padavan, it can be equally destructive, because Aries is Mars sign and Ashwini is Ketu Nakshatra. So even Aries sign, when there is Ashwini Pada 1 in the Lagan, it already has energy of Mars and Ketu there. So like if we see the chart of Heath Ledger, he was an Australian actor, and he did so well in Hollywood also, and he's very well known for his character Joker, which he played in the movie The Dark Knight. He got lot of awards for that movie, and like a standing ovation even after his death he got for that role. But at the age of 28 he was found dead because of consumption of a cocktail of very strong, very potent narcotic drugs. Ashwini Nakshatra is about happiness to their own self, like Bharni is about self-sacrifice, but Ashwini Pada 1 have this nature that they are self-sacrificing. At their own cost they bring happiness to others, relief to others. This is their nature in Pada 1. And basically they have a lot to do, they have a lot of karma to settle related to past life, and in this life, if they can get hold on themselves, they can bring themselves out of this trauma, then they can be doing a lot for society. So this is the purpose of this incarnation. When they have Mars in Gandamul Dosh or any other planet in Gandamul Dosh, they have to overcome this situation. So the people who are working for the department where they are working for people who have gone through some kind of trauma and who are into depression due to that trauma, so they work with them and they bring them out of this situation. Now they most of the time they are celibates. This Pada 1 and Pada 4 of Ashwini is like that. So Mars in Pada 1 is basically like Hanumanji, bring health and healing to others. So he doesn't think about himself much, he is a loner. Same way in this Pada also, they never think about their own comforts, their own self. They like to bring health and healing, relief to others, but if they get into depression and they are not able to bring themselves out of this situation, then they are totally isolated, and they can get into drugs and a lot of things. So basically if they can pray to Lord Hanuman and Kartikeya and offer the sandalwood powder and sandalwood oil to the deities, it will be help to them. They should always apply this sandalwood powder and the sandalwood oil to their own self also, what they offer the deities. It will be protection. Plus if they can make either gold coin or brass coin, either gold or brass, whatever they can afford. One side there have to be Hanumanji carrying Sanjeevani Parvat, and the other side is Lord Kartikeya, and they should keep it with them all the time. They should always wear it. like President Obama always keep Hanumanji with him, Murti Hanumanji with him. Same way these people should always have Lord Kartikeya and Lord Hanuman with him. Even Ashwini Nakshatra people generally can keep also these two with them, but Pada 1 especially and Pada 4 they should always keep. When Mars in Ashwini Pada 4 also they should keep this with them for protection. So next is and also they should chant Mahamrityunjay mantra. Now we talk about Ashwini Pada 2, Mars in Ashwini Pada 2. Mars in Ashwini Pada 2 is very happy Mars, and they could be into sports, physically very active. They could be into gym, physical exercise could be very important part of their life. They are very much into exercise and yoga and this and that, and they could be coming from well-to-do family. Their family can be that of doctors or even lawyers. Mars can make a fabulous lawyer, So they could be coming from the family of lawyers, and also they like to talk, and they can be aggressive though. In their speech they can be aggressive. They can be very good looking, very attractive. Like their energy is like very attractive. We say that person is very has some kind of attraction to their personality, like charming, like a magnetic personality basically. So they have that. And if their Mars is in very good situation, then they can have kind of magnum touch, like whatever they touch wherever they put their hands in, they will always reap rewards, and they can be very competitive. They take part in competitions and they always win. And since Purusharth is Dharma, Ashwini Nakshatra, they can be coming from very spiritual family and could be very much into spiritual practices like normal yoga or Kriya yoga, that is there also. But like just like they like to be physically active, and they like to eat very spicy food, and they could be good cooks themselves also. So in this Pada they can be anything, doctor, beauty surgeons. They could be themselves very good looking, and they like to make others also good looking. So could be creating herbal products. They could be having this kind of goal that they want to make herbal products, or they could be using herbal Ayurvedic products, or they could be making their own soaps, their own shampoos, their own skincare stuff, even if they are not selling it. But they could be into making, it could be their hobby to look after their own physical self. So they are very conscious about their looks. And they can be astronomers, mathematicians, surgeons, actors, models. The way they walk and stand could be very attractive. So models and actors could be having Ashwini Pada 2. Very attractive looking. And also because the spirituality is part of Ashwini Nakshatra, so I have seen many yogis, the renowned yogis, in their chart Ashwini Nakshatra is there either as Lagan or any planet in Ashwini Nakshatra, but Ashwini Nakshatra is there in their chart, many yogis, because the basic desire of this nakshatra is nirvana. So like Vivekanandji had Mars in Ashwini Pada 2. You can see his lifespan was not very long. He died young. And also yogic practices were part of his life. He was very renowned. Even at such young age, he was like so highly respected. All over the world, people still talk about him very respectfully. So you can see that he had everything. He was like, he could have had anything he wanted. But and his speech, he was very noticed for his speech because he went abroad somewhere and he said brothers and sisters. As soon as he started speaking, the first thing he said, where everybody was saying ladies and gentlemen, he said brothers and sisters, and he was applauded for that. So this is the Ashwini Pada 2. Now if we speak about Ashwini Pada 3, now this Pada is very blessed also, because here they are very good communicators. They speak very well. Their voice can be very nice. The way they speak, that should be very attractive. Like there is power in their voice. They can be very, like some people, like politicians who are like, when you listen to them, you feel like you know, like you can just keep on listening to them. Even some of the yogis, you know, when they when they talk, you are mesmerized, like their voice is like that one can be mesmerized. So that's why this third pada can also can create very good singers, like Celine Dion. She has Mars in pada 3 in her 10th house, Mars pada 3 of Ashwini Nakshatra, and Moon in pada 2 of Ashwini Nakshatra. So you can see she is such a beautiful singer, and professionally that to 10th house, and also currently she is not keeping well, and that's why she has stopped singing because of her health issues. And if we know Rahu in transit is going over Aries, so transiting in Aries, basically going over Bharani now, but soon it is going to be in Ashwini. Basically it is in the sign of Aries. So I think by October end she should start recovering. Yeah, another thing, because there is duality in this sign, in this pada, this Ashwini pada 3, there is duality in it. So I have seen many times that this Ashwini pada 3 people often have more than one relationship, mostly 2 marriages, and they have children from both the marriages, and they could be doing work like 2 kind of work, like simultaneously they have a source of 2 sources of income. So this is there. Now if we talk about 4th pada of Ashwini Nakshatra, which is Moksha pada, and it is falling in the sign of Cancer Navamsa. So Mars here is debilitated. So here again Mars is bit in difficult situation, like they can have health issues which can be depressive for them, like since childhood they are having health issues like weak lungs, weak heart, chest and lungs related. Women can have breast related problems. So this is depressive for them. They like to, their body is not very strong, basically blood related issues, bone marrow related issues they can get. So they like to work from the house, or they can be homemakers. They could be into cooking all, but basically they can be into herbal holistic food. They can be you know, even the Mars can be a farmer also here. So they are doing like producing healthy food, organic, they are growing organic food stuff, and also basically they have weak kind of personality. They are not very strong looking, and the willpower may not be there, determination, focus could be weak at times. So basically they have to learn to overcome it, and because again this is Moksha pada, so they can become very focused towards spiritual practices. They can be Kriya Yogi, especially because, and yoga sadhana can become part of their life because they are into holistic healing. So this is Mars in Ashwini Nakshatra. I hope you like this video. If you do, please like and subscribe. Take care.